in this episode of This Old House.
Our old house.
Our old house.
Welcome to today's video. I'm excited to share this one with you guys. So I'd walk you through and kind of show you what changes we've made and do some really fun before and after shots. Let's start outside on the front face of the house. So originally, this house was not blue. We were gonna restucco the whole outside of the house to kind of smooth out the texture, but we weren't sure that that was worth the funds to do. So we decided to just paint it a darker color so it would look smoother from far away. It's not finished, but we've got blue and then what will eventually be up here white trim details and like down here trim details, and add more of a secondary color to the whole front face of the, what do we call it?
Curb appeal.
Thank you, curb appeal. Okay, like we're gonna redo these railings so that it'll have the third color, which will be much more of like a warm brown undertone. We added some fun garden pieces here in the front, which we're probably gonna end up having to move. We remulched this whole front bed, cleared out the weeds and planted tomato plants over the spring of last year. Obviously they're very dead now. We repainted the whole side of the house over here, pretty much until like the backyard. So it's just all feeling a little bit more finished, which is exciting. For the most part, this side of the house is coming along really nicely. We have ideas of how this whole space is gonna connect through this walkway, but that'll come down the road. Let's go back this way. This right here used to be a doorway into what used to be the dining room, which no longer is the dining room. It's just like the kitchen. And this is not a doorway, it's just like a bookshelf with no books on it. Scored some good finds and furniture pieces, and this was in the attic room upstairs, this nice carpet, so we put it outside because it wasn't in great condition, but it's a good rug and sets, you know, vibes. We were hoping to install this into the kitchen, but it wasn't able to be a fit for the design, just primarily because of the knob for the heater temperature of the oven, the like temperature gauge for the oven. This is a great find for right now. It's been here on our front porch until we can find a better home for it. This magnificent bench came with the house. Came with the house and was like the first project that we took on before we even knew what we were getting into. It was just rotted out in the backyard, and we bought new wood, sanded down the metal framing, sprayed it, and put it all back together. Babes, do you want to talk about the doorway?
No.
Well, so the goal, I guess, like I was saying, for this exterior of the house is the blue color, the white trim, and then this kind of brown finish. I feel like that'll add the nice warmth that we like about brown and natural raw wood. So Babes was working on stripping this paint and scraping it down to the wood so that we can have this whole frame be wood. I don't know if you're still going to do that, Babes. Did you decide?
I honestly don't know. It's hard.
Yeah. Maybe we'll just paint it white, but the door is going to be like a sunflower mustard yellow, so it'll really pop and be like, welcome. This is the living room. It is really beautiful. Had some crown moldings that are not really supposed to be for crown molding that we pulled down and replaced. We added a nice dark trim detail that was kind of controversial between Justin and I, because I was really a fan and Justin wasn't really sure how it would fit with the sort of boho vibe. But I think once we finish adding more like wall decor and things to kind of create more of a homey vibe, it'll all be more colorful. This used to be sort of like a, I guess they like, oh my god, Odin. Okay, this used to be like a whitewash brick color. We weren't really digging that so much, and we figured we'd make it more of a statement piece and take down the ridiculously ginormous TV that was up here. So we took it down, and we've just got these here for now until we can kind of get everything hung where we want it to be. Yeah, I feel excited about it. It was the first kind of like foundation for the color palette that we were going with for a lot of the house. There are a lot of like white, a warm white. This piece is really amazing. It was one of the big features of what drew us into this house. We love the old details of, yeah, just like the woodwork and the craftsmanship that went into these older homes. This room has taken on many transformations. Originally it was going to be like the playroom, TV room, and then it was going to be maybe like the living room, and now it's like the office. So there's like a lot of things happening in this room. I was debating what this wall was going to be because we don't have one huge wall in the living room, and so this is a really fun space that I was able to kind of figure out what we were going to do with it. So I painted a mural. I like drew it all out on paper and designed the imagery for it and then painted it. It's still not quite finished. Lots of things just happen in life and sometimes things don't quite get finished.
Everything Juby does.
Shut up, that's so not true. We've got some other things that we need to finish before I can come back to this mural, but it will be finished. It's just small details that need to be refined that no one else would notice except me, so. Hey, I thought you weren't. I thought you weren't gonna do big roll, stop it. Don't look. Anyways, Babes has his desk. I have my desk and my little jewelry workstation, which has been kind of neglected since I'm missing a few tools that I need from Justin's grandma's house. But hopefully I'll be able to take you on some fun creative ventures with this whole project that I've started, and yes, babe, not finished. We pulled this thing down. If you remember, this piece here used to actually be in that corner attached to some built-ins that was masking a wall that was completely crumbling down, and so we cleaned it up and salvaged it because it was definitely worth saving, and we figured we'd keep it as a really solid bookshelf for all these books that were in the red pepper, if you can believe it or not. I should mention that we've been also updating the light fixtures, and some of them might be moving to new spaces just because they don't create enough light, or yeah, maybe that's just really the only, the only reason.
That's all.
So for example, like this one here in the office, Justin really wants more light in this space. But this one here, we were skeptical because we had it with non-Edison light bulbs for the first time, and it was so bright because like on this one light, there's like 10 bulbs. But with the Edison light bulbs, it's a much more like warm, welcoming, kind of early evening vibe. We scored this amazing piece from the thrift store. And this is the kitchen. This used to be the dining room, if you remember, and it was like this very rich, warm red color. And then the door that connects to the side of the house was like over here, kind of in this area. And then we had 2 windows here and a third one in the middle, so we blew out this entire wall and replaced it with 4 windows with a ledge so that we could have a really nice like sink window overlook space. We have like 14 kitchen cabinets or something in here, which is ridiculous. It's so much storage compared to the boss. It's definitely overkill, but if you love cooking like we do, we found a use for almost every cabinet. We've got a really amazing farmhouse sink here, which was a total dream kitchen situation. We wanted to really like bring it up to date, but also like keep it kind of within period for the house, so not like super modern like faucet or anything, but like modern / old at the same time. We got some quartz countertops. That was a splurge. Definitely looks great and creates a really like higher end looking kitchen, which is fun. We have a dishwasher, game changer. We use it all the time. I don't have time to do the dishes anymore, even though I still end up doing the dishes, but we've got a really amazing, how many burners is that? 5 burner gas. We hooked it up to the gas that's already for the house for like heater and stuff like that. And then a vent hood. Justin took a lot of time to actually switch out where we were placing this gas burner because originally we had it over there and then we had to kind of move it over here when we were having our first oven night, which is over here. So we decided to separate the two, the oven and the gas range, so that we could kind of have just like a more evenly spaced out kitchen. So we've kind of got like enough countertop to cook everywhere. We've got people who could be in different stations cooking all at once and not overlapping too much on top of each other. Pantry, it's always really fun having a huge, like super tall pantry, so we've got that there. And several of you made comments to do this. Oh, a space in your kitchen for brooms and mops and any like cleaning supplies that's not the cleaning supplies under the sink or like out in the mudroom. And that's come in really handy, so thank you to all you guys who told us to make sure that a sweeper was in the kitchen. Babes has been working really hard on framing these doorways out. We were hoping to blow out, which sounds ridiculous now, but basically from that corner all the way to where it would meet the wall on this side, get rid of this entire wall turned out to be way too expensive, but we really wanted to incorporate these two spaces together to make it feel really open floor plan. We ended up keeping a portion of this kind of wall open. It is where, like on the other side, which was our kitchen, there was like a little pantry in the, like above the sink. And so we just kind of kept that opening there because there wasn't, I guess, 2x4s all the way through. So it's nice to have that opening because you can see into this space. This is the breakfast room. We tore it all up and demoed this whole space because if you remember from the beginning, this was the kitchen. So we really redid this whole space. It didn't make sense for such a huge house to have like the smallest room in the house be the kitchen. And you know that saying where the kitchen is always the heart of the home? When we pulled up the old like linoleum that was on the floor, there was like 2 or 3 other layers of floor, plywood and all that stuff, and we ripped it all out and we were left with this disgusting wood floor that we refinished and painted and sealed with polyurethane. So it kind of looks like tile. Originally, we were thinking that the banquette was just going to be in this corner here. Which is why this light fixture is centered kind of so that this would be the table here. But when we had family coming to visit, they said you should totally extend it and just have like one giant banquette, which means that this table is too small for this space now. And eventually, babes, your woodworking dream project, maybe you'll make us a big like farm table and we can have that for in here. And a lot of these future design ideas that I'm talking about, you can see in one of the videos that I made where I shared a lot of the concept and the design vision for the space, so you can kind of check that out.
Big thank you to Jackery for sponsoring today's video. I'm excited to share with you all that they're going to be releasing a new product, the 1500 Pro, and it is officially available for pre-order for 15% off. You'll also be getting 30% off some of their other units from January 16th to February 15th. So be sure to go browse through their award-winning products on their website during the sale. Their 1500 Pro comes in handy during the cold winter weather and will be a great companion to your outdoor van life adventures this spring and summer. And if you're like us in a home, then you'll just have a reliable backup of power during any unexpected outages. The Solar Generator 2000 Pro delivers colossal charging capacity, which for the solar power nerds will know that 2,160 watt-hours is a lot. The Jackery units source power from the sun's magnificent energy and can literally power up refrigerators, ovens, microwaves, and so much more. So if you are looking for a way to power your upcoming adventures that is going to be with a reliable source of energy, ditch your generator and get set up with a Jackery that has multiple charging methods, core, sun, standard outlets at your home, works in high heat or super cold temperatures, has a handy folding handle so it's easy for transportation and storage, and can support up to 9 devices at a time. The smart screen will keep you updated with the battery levels so you know when you'll need to charge it back up. Thank you again to Jackery for sponsoring today's video, and if you are ready to get 15% off of their newest model on pre-order, be sure to check out jackery.com to snag one before the sale's over.
We started a project just recently since we got back because these rooms, I'm excited to take you on an adventure with them. Justin took a night to close the doorway off that connected this room and the other room right next door. Get it, Bob. Tear that door frame down. I'm going to be working on renovating this space to have it ready for Airbnb and you guys to come and stay, and also the bathroom will be the other project I'll be working on. So not much has really happened in here, but we did have a lot of plaster repair work done all throughout the entire of the house. Not much has happened over here in this bathroom, but I added like a privacy film here. I thought it would be much nicer than those nasty curtains that we have. It just helps it feel more open and keeps it more bright and still has the privacy aspect that the curtains provided. The stairs are going to be amazing one day, but they're not quite there yet. Sanded them, and I will be painting them and hopefully stenciling them or somehow making it look like they have a tiled detail on the face of each riser. Let's go up. If you guys have ideas of what kind of cool design would be fun on this wall, I'd love to hear. I haven't decided if it would be fun to do something just halfway up, or if it would be fun to just have the whole wall, or if it should have like beadboard halfway and then paint on the top. This was the first room of the house that I worked on that you'll be surprised to see is completely empty. And you might wonder where Azalea's stuff is, and I will show you in just a sec. Yeah, so this whole room had a whole facelift, which looks great. I will be repainting this rainbow in Azalea's room, but I will be bidding it farewell, and this room will eventually be turning into the green room. We will have someone living in this space. Azalea's new room, which I was hoping to have ready for her before she moved in, since I do have like a little bit of guilt like giving her a room that's unfinished, and really wanted to give her a whole room that was completely finished and redone, which we did, and then we like put her in here. So it's kind of, I have a little guilt about it, but we've talked it through and she totally understands and accepts and appreciates all the future vision and dreams for this space. The reason that we moved her is coming in an upcoming video, so be sure to stay tuned so you can understand and know why Zay is now in this room. But this is the room that connects to our room, and we'll be renovating it in the same way as the room that we were just in. And that way she can, yeah, have that girl space again. And I'll be putting the rainbow over here on this wall, and she wants like a unicorn and all kinds of other things, so we'll be doing some fun painting projects in the future. Welcome to our bedroom. Not much has really been done in here other than a lot of plaster work. I just hung up a mirror with Justin, obviously, because that thing is really heavy. The hat hooks and all that. To the bathroom, which again we haven't really done much to. We probably won't get to this bathroom project until like later in the year, next year. It needs a little bit of work, and we've got some fun ideas and design visions for it, but for now, not much is going on in here. It's just, you know, a functioning bathroom. I might be repurposing this sink, changing out the hardware and moving it into the downstairs bathroom, since we're trying to kind of salvage as much of what we already have and reuse it. I figured I'd just show you one last thing on the outside of the house that we did, actually two more things that we did when we moved in within this first 6 months. So let's go to the outside. This is the backyard space, good old red pepper, and all along this back side of the fence here we've been working on adding some plants that will get a bit bushier. We are hoping to kind of create more of like a privacy between the two houses, and then also between the road here, so we're going to be doing a lot of spring planting to kind of help encourage future privacy and long-term growth of big bushy plants and stuff. We added also a fire pit because we love a good fire. Yeah, we added some mulch and soil all along the back of this fence so we can kind of get things ready for growing, I guess, in the next year. And then over on that side where Duman is conveniently leaf blowing is our compost pile, which has been doing really well, and Justin's been turning it and moving it over so that we could get like new piles. And a lot of you said that it was a bit of an issue to have it up against the house, but we haven't seen any issues with it so far, and we do obviously want to keep it more like organized eventually, so who knows, maybe building out like frames for each pile will be something we'll do in the future, but for now it's working. Yeah, I guess I'll end this video with a really boring backdrop and just say thank you for following along our journey this whole time that we've been fixing this house up. It's been a really fun project. We've gone through a lot of ups and downs, a lot of emotional and crazy learning curves, I guess, and it's been fun, exhausting, rewarding, all the things, and I'm excited for this round 2 of renovations where we work on something downstairs in the bathroom and a bedroom.
Okay.
See you guys next week. Bye.